Myles Munroe's central declaration in Charge is uncompromising. If you are not leading yourself, you are unqualified to lead anyone else. Leadership is not something conferred externally. It is something discovered internally. The book is not about management techniques but about personal governance, mastering your inner life so thoroughly that leadership becomes a natural overflow. Being in charge means taking responsibility for your life, governing your thoughts, actions, habits, time, and values, refusing victimhood, becoming purpose-driven rather than pressure-driven. 1. Leadership is self-government. Extreme emphasis. Munroe teaches that self-leadership is the first and highest form of leadership. Anyone who cannot control themselves will eventually abuse authority over others. Key emphasis. Leadership failure always begins with internal disorder. Before managing people, manage yourself. Discipline is proof of leadership maturity. You are the first organization you must lead. A leader controls emotions, regulates reactions, makes intentional decisions, acts based on conviction, not impulse. 2. Purpose is the source of authority. Munroe insists that purpose precedes leadership. Without purpose, vision collapses, authority becomes oppressive, leadership becomes survival-based. Purpose gives direction to decisions, meaning to suffering, stability under pressure. Emphasis. Leadership is not ambition, it is assignment. Purpose defines what you should say no to. A leader without purpose becomes dangerous. You are not created to compete with others but to complete your assignment. 3. Responsibility is the badge of leadership. Leadership is not about privilege, it is about burden. Munroe strongly emphasizes that leaders accept consequences, own results, refuse blame shifting. Victim mentality is the enemy of leadership. Strong emphasis. Circumstances don't disqualify leaders, excuses do. Leaders respond, followers react. Responsibility attracts trust. The moment you accept responsibility, authority begins to follow you. 4. Character is the true foundation of power. Skill can open doors, but character keeps them open. Munroe warns that talent without character destroys influence. Charisma without integrity creates manipulation. Position without ethics leads to tyranny. Character traits emphasized. Integrity, consistency between words and actions. Humility, submission to purpose. Faithfulness, stewardship over ego. Discipline, self-imposed order. Leadership is not tested in public but proven in private. 5. Vision. The leader's primary assignment. Vision is not imagination, it is foresight anchored in purpose. Munroe teaches that leaders see before others see. Vision gives meaning to sacrifice. Vision attracts followers without force. Heavy emphasis. Where there is no vision, leadership collapses. Vision must be communicated repeatedly. Vision without action is hallucination. People don't follow titles, they follow clarity. 6. Authority vs. control. Munroe makes a sharp distinction. Authority empowers, builds, releases potential and serves purpose. Control suppresses, exploits, create fear and serve ego. True authority comes from responsibility, is sustained by character, is validated by results. Authority is granted to serve purpose, not to feed pride. 7. Leadership is reproduction, not domination. A leader who does not produce other leaders is failing. Munroe stresses, leadership success is measured by successors. Delegation is not weakness, it is wisdom. Empowerment multiplies impact. Emphasis. Hoarding authority reveals insecurity. Training others protects legacy. Leaders work on people, not over them. If your leadership ends with you, it was never leadership. 8. Time and priority management non-negotiable. Leaders do not have more time, they make better decisions with time. Munroe emphasizes, purpose determines priority. Priority determines schedule. Schedule determines destiny. Strong warning. Busyness is not leadership. Urgency without importance leads to exhaustion. Leaders guard time ruthlessly. What you do with time reveals what you value most. 9. Failure, pressure, and resilience. Munroe teaches that leadership is forged in adversity. Leaders learn from failure, refine vision under pressure. Do not quit when misunderstood. Emphasis. Failure is feedback, not finality. Pressure reveals leadership capacity. Perseverance authenticates calling. Leadership is not proven when things are easy, but when quitting looks reasonable. 10. Spiritual and moral accountability. Munroe roots leadership in divine accountability. Leaders are stewards, not owners. Authority is borrowed, not earned. Every leader answers to a higher standard. Heavy emphasis. Power without accountability corrupts. Spiritual grounding stabilizes leadership. Ethical compromise destroys legacy. Leadership without moral restraint becomes oppression. 11. Practical daily leadership disciplines. Munroe encourages leaders to practice daily self-evaluation, vision reaffirmation, continuous learning, intentional mentorship, quiet reflection. Leadership is not an event, it is a daily discipline. 12. The ultimate message of the book. You don't become a leader by appointment. You become a leader by responsibility. You stay a leader by character. You succeed as a leader by reproduction. Being in charge is not about controlling others, it is about mastering yourself so thoroughly that others trust your direction. Final takeaway. When you take charge of your purpose, discipline your character, and accept responsibility for outcomes, leadership will pursue you. You won't have to chase it.